Today we're going to be working with our mono blue starter deck in the ranked games on Magic Arena. Let's see how we do with this interesting mix of cards that we've managed to gather in our first week of playing Magic Arena. So welcome back to the Game School Dad channel with me, Martin. This is our mono blue starter deck that we're working with. Yes, we do have some rares and mythics in here. Let's go through what we've managed to collect in our first week of Magic Arena. We do have a one with the Multiverse, which can help us play lands and cast spells from the top of our library. And we can do it without paying the mana cost once per turn. We have a Hullbreaker Horror. We have two Hullbreaker Horrors. We have two Lear, Disciple of the Drowned. So these work really well together by playing cards from our graveyard and from the top of our library to trigger Hullbreaker Horror's ability to return spells to the owner's hand or to return non-land permanents to owner's hands. We have Flow of Knowledge to help us draw lots of cards and discard some based on the number of islands we have. So obviously we're a mono blue deck, we have 24 islands in the deck here. We have Sludge Monster, which is an interesting rare card that I haven't seen being used very much, but when it enters and when it attacks you can put a slime counter on another target creature, and if it's a non-horror, horror is not very common. Hullbreaker Horror is a horror, but there's not very many horrors out there. You can put a slime counter on a non-horror, it will lose all of its abilities and have base power and toughness 2/2. So let's say we have a shield red or something like that that we want to get rid of. Becomes a 2/2. Nothing difficult at all to deal with. And it's also when this enters or when it attacks. So even if they have one of these creatures out on the battlefield that you would be afraid to attack into, you can attack with Sludge Monster, and you can make it a 2/2 while you're attacking, so they can block with it if they like, but it's not going to do much else to you. So Sludge Monster, interesting one there. We have Mirror Hall Mimic is another rare, which can enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. So if the opponent has something scary, we can copy it, or if we want to just copy, well, a Hullbreaker Horror, can't copy Lear because it's legendary. Hullbreaker, we could copy a Sludge Monster, make something else of theirs into a 2/2, so a few different options. And if they kill it and we bring it back, then at the beginning of our turn, every turn, it will make a copy of a particular creature that is also a spirit. So maybe a new Hullbreaker Horror every single turn. Maybe it doesn't disappear. It's not a token. It's a token, but it won't disappear at the end of a turn. So interesting one there. We have Memory Deluge, which is another rare to help us find cards in our library and put them back into our hand. We have Undercover Operative, which is very similar to Mirror Hall Mimic. It will enter as a copy of a creature on the battlefield. If it's one that we control, it gets a shield counter as well. We have Academy Wall. So whenever we cast instant or sorcery, we may draw a card. If we do, we discard a card once per turn. So it's a 0/5. It's a good defender, good blocker for us, and also helps bring cards out of our library and into our graveyard, into our hand. Have Acquisition Octopus. Whenever we deal combat damage to a player, draw another card. Thirst for Discovery, which will help us draw cards and discard them. We can even get rid of just one basic land if we want, or two other cards if we want to fill our graveyard with those. We have Hercule Master Wizard, where at the beginning of our end step, if we've cast a non-creature spell this turn, we can look at 5 cards off the top of our library, and for each card that matches that type of card that we have cast, we can put it into our hand. So basically, if we've cast an instant, we might be able to bring another instant into our hand. If we cast a sorcery, we might be able to bring another sorcery. So a 2/4 for 3, which can help us possibly cast more things, which is bring more things into our hand, which is really useful. We have Curate, so Surveil 2, draw a card. Again, good for putting things into the graveyard and drawing some more things. Fairy Vandal, whenever we draw a second card each turn, put a +1 counter on it, so Fairy Vandal can start growing and attacking from the air. We have Thopter Mechanic, which is kind of similar. Draw a second card, put a +1 counter on it. When it dies, we create a 1/1 colourless Thopter creature with flying. We have 3 Considers in the deck, which are a great common to use. Very similar to the Curate, but just Surveil 1, draw a card. Delver of Secrets, which can come in as a 1/1 and turn into a 3/2 if we have an instant or sorcery on top of our deck, and we have quite a few instants and sorceries, so there's a good chance that's going to happen. We have 4 Fading Hopes, which we can use to save a creature of ours if needed, or to remove an opposing creature. We have Lantern Bearer, which is just a 1/1 flying spirit, but if it dies, we bring it back. We can give a creature +1/+1 and flying. So if we need to get over something, maybe we want Sludge Monster to fly, Leer to fly, Hullbreaker Horror to fly, or anything that we happen to copy with the Mimic or the Undercover Operative, we can give it flying and start doing some damage in the air. We also have Network Disruptor, which can enter the battlefield and tap a target permanent, which is another little creature just to start doing some damage in the air. And we have Shore Up, so we can give a creature +1/+1 and give it hexproof till end of turn and untap it. So lots of things we can do there. So this is what we have for our mono blue starter deck. Let's play some ranked games and see how we do. So only 2 lands to start with, but we have Consider, we have Fairy Vandal. Okay, well, if we can draw some more lands, we'll be doing okay. The opponent's going first as well. So what we'll do, okay. So we haven't drawn the land. I kind of wish we had. But we have Fairy Vandal we can put out as a surprise, as a 1/2, although I'm not going to be blocking either of these. So we have to take 5 damage to start with, which is not ideal. But we can get Fairy Vandal out now. And they're probably going to remove it. Let's see what they do. They didn't remove it. We want to get a land. So there we go. We're not going to put that in the graveyard. We're going to draw that. Play out the land. And unfortunately we don't have anything else small to play. So we can just not attack for now. Just want to slow down their damage. So if they attack with the Cult Conscript, we want to be able to block it. There we go, they're not attacking with that. 1 more land would really be nice right now. Because then we can use Undercover Operative to copy Shieldred. That's really what I'd like to use. But it looks like it's over already. Didn't have enough lands and they got out Shieldred way too fast. We were too slow. Okay, opponent going first. A little bit slow, but maybe Fading Hope can buy some time. Lantern Bearer can block strategically, maybe. Okay, we have the whole blue thing going on. So they're going to be having counter spells. Maybe we should have some counter spells in our deck. That's one thing we don't have. The reason why we don't have counter spells, oh look, counter spell, is because we have Leer, and that says spells cannot be countered. So, do we want to do this? Oh, let's just block this. It's not looking great. They've transformed Delver straight away. They have a counter spell. See if I can get them to do something and then Fading Hope, Aberration, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to. But if I can get to use up the counter spell. Maybe they don't have another one. No, okay, they took that. Perfect. Let's have another one. Keep it slow. I guess they're waiting to counter something bigger. Let's do it again. Go on, use up negate. Just buy myself some time. And then they've got Make Disappear as well, so I don't want to cast anything without having 2 lands open and available. So more land is always good. Just got them casting the same spell over and over again. Land. Now, Memory Deluge. They will counter it. Syncopate, so they've got 3 counter spells I can see, probably more in their hand, so I guess the best thing I can do is get them to use them up, because I can't avoid all of them forever, otherwise I'm going to get killed by a Delver. So let's make them use up these counter spells. I could do Flow of Knowledge now. Let's see if I can get them to do something else. So I can get away with actually casting a spell. No. Problem is, if we do nothing just because they have a counter spell, then they win, because we do nothing. So we have to kind of play into it. Consider. So get through some of these. Find something else. Network disruptor. Not really much point. Well, sure, let's just take it anyway. So we can do disruptor and put lantern's lift on it. Oh, there's a Djinn. At the moment the Djinn isn't dangerous, it's only a 1/4. They can't counter those as well. But maybe they can't counter Flow of Knowledge now. Oh, they can, because the Djinn makes things cheaper. Again, read the card. Stupid. Oh my goodness, how stupid. Yeah, they can make it disappear. They still have negate, but they might not have anything to counter a regular old creature. So I'm dead next turn anyway. Possibly. Yeah. Fading over anyway. I could have had a blocker. But no good. Next one. Okay, right, here we go. Quick creatures. Let's get a little bit of damage out. These network disruptors aren't good for that much, apart from the fact that they can fly, so they can evade some damage. And we can put things on them, like the whole acquisition octopus can go on it as well. I'm sure there are better blue cards we could swap them out for. Hopefully getting enough lands out front means we can slow them down enough to get some big things going. If they want to waste a destroy card on one of my 1/1s, then go ahead. They're going to destroy it, really. Okay. I mean, sure. Give me a land, why not? I mean, I'm not going to complain. Strange choice. Maybe they haven't got much else. They must have something else. Oh, Hullbreaker. Yes, please. Discard 2 cards. Let's discard a Curate. And I guess the Fading Hope. No, 6, 7, 8. I kind of want all lands I want. against the Fading Hope. Alright, let's really hope they don't do too much else. We can get Lear out, and we can get Hullbreaker, and we can get one with Multiverse out. And they'll have every opportunity to kill any one of them, apart from Multiverse. Unless they have Invoke Despair. Which they might have. So we have 6, so we can do Lear is good because we can Fading Hope something. It must have something. No? Another island. 6, 7, 8. Another island that's good. Put it out again. Make lots of clue tokens. Lots of potential cards for them. It's not ideal. So we can only cast spells on our turn using one with the Multiverse, and we can't get it out yet. So why don't we do... Six. Why don't we do a Flow of Knowledge? No, let's do a Memory Deluge. Let's pick out some things. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have enough. We could have a Shore Up. And an Octopus. That looks good. After all this, let's see what we can do. Are they going to block? Do they sense a trap? Maybe they don't sense a trap. Did they fall for the trap? They did fall for the trap? I'm impressed and disappointed at the same time. Yeah, they can draw cards. So we still have Curate or Fading Hope or Shore Up we can use if needed. What are they going to have? Try and figure out their deck. They have Sheoldred, of course. Of course they have Sheoldred. But Sheoldred is going back to the hand in a minute. You can do it now. You're going to draw a card. Sacrifice. Before it triggers Sheoldred, let's just send Sheoldred away. Yeah, you get your card, but you don't get the life. Now I can draw, take off that stop. So we have enough for Multiverse and then maybe Flow of Knowledge. Can do it from our library or our hand, so maybe we can't do Flow of Knowledge. But we can do Hullbreaker Horror, or we can do Hurkle. Let's do Hurkle. And let's attack. Yeah, there's that. No other enchantments there. I think all the other enchantments are on the back of cards, so I guess they're not going to trigger from one with the Multiverse. Okay, they don't like Lear. And I can't protect it this time. I used up all my lands. Maybe not very smart. But I still have Hullbreaker. They don't know that. And I still have one with the Multiverse. So I could... get a Hullbreaker out. for nothing. Cast Memory Deluge. Send Shieldred back. Undercover Operative to copy a Shieldred. And Delver just to get something else out. Mirrorhole Mimic. Can copy something of ours. Does seem like a pretty good idea. Or we can copy a Shieldred with that. Maybe what I'll do then is go with Delver. Get rid of the old token, you don't need that anymore. And copy a Hullbreaker with a shield counter. That's got to be enough to make him quit. He sends out another Shieldred. We are ready to send him home again, and he knows that. With 2 Hullbreaker horrors out there, one with a shield counter, come on. What are you going to do? Destroy all creatures? No. Game over. Okay, we're going first. We have some little things. We have one potential big thing. I think we should be okay here. Don't need to tap anything. I see red and green and I'm automatically thinking werewolves. Just have werewolves on the brain. Nope, okay. Should I do that? Nah. Of course I can make Beastcaller bigger. I can pull out Fading Hope though, that can stop it adding counters and passing them on to something else. No, they're just going to take out the mechanic. Okay. Fair enough. Take 2 damage. That roll 4. Okay. Yeah, that whole combo going on. Okay. So let's use up draw, discard a land. Let's avail another one. Okay, let's hold on to that. Help us dig a bit more. They're going to start getting lots of land out because of Kodama. Get the Academy Wall out next, I guess. Or a Sludge Monster. So, use all abilities that have base power. That's tough to do. So, it becomes... Well, I guess what we want to do then. So we want to sludge the Kodama. So now it will still add counters on, but it doesn't have trample. Okay. Defiler. Let's make Defiler a little old 2/2. not going to block that, okay. Kind of want the Hullbreaker out. Miracle Mimic will give me, whenever I cast a green permanent, that's not going to happen. So I don't want Kodama. Mirror Hall my own Hullbreaker, I guess. 5, 6, 7. I could get rid of one in Multiverse. Or I could get rid of both Academy walls. Okay. This is risky. Okay. He attacks with Beast Caller. Fair enough. No, okay, well in that case I'm definitely doing this. And there goes the Thopter. Save me 7 life. What do I want to copy? Let's have this. And let's neutralise their one. Good old Sludge Monster. 4, 5, 6, 7. I have enough for Hullbreaker Horror next turn, or one with the Multiverse. In fact, I'm going to do both. Okay, Defiler of Vigor. Makes it bigger. You can't put +1 counters on it though. Partners have been taken out. Cool. Still there, fun stuff. And we're back for the deck review for our Mono Blue starter deck. What went well and what didn't go so well? Well, we had a lot of fun with Sludge Monster. We managed to disable the Shield Red for a time. We managed to disable the Defiler of Vigor and some other big green things, so that was fun. Hullbreaker Horror being copied by Undercover Operative. Pretty cool. We didn't get very much out of Hercule Master Wizard. We could probably swap that out for something better. Fairy Vandal didn't really shine too much, and Lantern Bearer and Network Disruptor kind of just felt like filler cards that didn't really do much. If we could maybe even just replace them with some other Considers, Shore-Ups, maybe just more Delvers to be honest, because at least they change into 3/2 sometimes. And maybe it'd work out a bit better. Yeah, it was okay. It's not the best blue deck in the world, obviously it's just a starter deck, but we had some fun with these cards. Leer and Hullbreaker, we didn't quite get to make them both work perfectly, where we can basically cast spells from the graveyard every turn and return things immediately. We didn't get to copy a Hullbreaker every turn, but you can imagine it would happen sooner or later if we played more than like 4 games. So there you go, there's the Mono Blue starter deck, and next we're going to be back with the Mono Green starter deck that we've made from all the best cards that we've got in our first week of playing Magic Arena. So look out for that one coming out tomorrow, and I will see you all in the next video.